Okay, Brian, we spoke about Brandon Smith yesterday, and according to NRL, NRL spokesperson regarding Brandon Smith, here's the latest, folks. The NRL is not satisfied that the player has been charged with an offence that triggers the automatic application of the no-fault stand-down condition. The NRL also does not intend to impose a stand-down condition under its discretionary powers. As this matter is currently before the Queensland courts, the NRL will offer no further comment. Now, the NRL's no-fault stand-down policy was introduced 6 years ago, 2019, gives governing body the power to stand down players if they are charged with criminal offences, but carries a maximum jail term of 11 years or more. NRL Chief Executive Andrew Abdo has also the discretion to stand down players if he deems the matter is serious enough, but not in this case. Now, I happen to have received some information, Brian, from somebody very much
in the know.
In the know.
Do they know where your backpack is?
Don't get sucked in like the other Muppets. Ooh. A charge by way of summons,
Arthur,
is used in respect of traffic matters and other minor offences, Brian. It's not even accompanied by a statement of facts, and yet some commentators talking like he's guilty of something before even one skerrick of evidence. Speculate and convict. What a joke.
Well,
what do you make of those comments?
That aligns with what the NRL are doing. So the NRL, they're not deals. They've got people who they could get to the serious.
Yeah.
They could get to the police.
So my contact aligns with the NRL, right?
I feel that the NRL have spoken to someone in the police and have realised that the situation probably. I think it is a bit of a beat up.
It's a story.
Well, I don't know about the drug side of it,
but it's a story, right?
It is a story. But the other thing, the illegal betting.
Yep.
My understanding that I was told is he didn't place a bet. It was giving information, and I'm just spitballing here.
Yep.
The day he came back, he started.
Yes.
When he came back from his knee injury,
okay,
he started. So I'm just thinking, oh, well, he's told someone that he's starting, which. If someone asks you, is that illegal?
No. Well,
is that illegal?
No, okay. What I will say to the defence of the NRL in this case, right, is people say, and this agitates me because I've seen it firsthand. People say that the NRL don't do enough for players, but the NRL do more for players than any bank, any insurance company, any bricklayer. But they do so much for the players. Like they
you
have
mean the
so
RLPA?
No, the NRL
sorry,
I'm talking about. They do so much in welfare for their players.
Yep.
They can't actually do more. But at the end of the day, a lot of us come from blue-collar upbringings, people from nothing, and sometimes self-sabotage comes into play. What I'm saying is the NRL cannot do more for their players.
Okay.
One of the things they do is they jam down the throats about sharing information.
Yep.
So every player, NRLW, NRL, they all will know this. As little it may seem to them, right? So I know what you're saying, Brian, and I agree with what you're saying.
But I don't know. I'm just the reason why is the NRL they're not satisfied that the player has been charged with an offence.
Yes.
If it was the betting side, and to your point, we all know how dangerous that if you go down that avenue is going to be.
Yep. No, that's right. Let me go through this article for Michael Chammas, he's been terrific. He's had a terrific 2025, probably the doyen of 2025. He says this: sources with knowledge of the situation, talking on the condition of anonymity due to the ongoing investigation, said the alleged drug dealer, a person known to Smith, contacted the NRL player to inform him of his decision to place a bet on him for any-time try scorer after being named on an extended bench to return from a knee injury. Smith allegedly then informed that person that he was in fact going to be shifted into the starting lineup for the game against Manly, which may have led the person of interest placing a first try scorer bet on Smith. There is no suggestion Smith encouraged the person to bet on him to be first try scorer. Smith suffered an injury in the match and was replaced in the 76th minute without having scored a try. So that's all fine. Like that's all reportedly fine. But what I'm saying is, Brian, the NRL have well and truly made all these players known that you're not to share any information. Okay. NRLW players would be across that also.
So the information, if you were asked, are you playing this weekend? Yes, I am, but I'm starting. I'm excited. But because it was with someone of ill, I'm not going to say
No.
Doesn't matter. Can you say to a family member?
No, you're not supposed to say to a family member.
You can't.
No, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if you're
I didn't know that.
If you're ill repute or pro repute, it doesn't matter.
So you can't.
Regardless of your reputeness, it doesn't matter.
So if you had friends coming to watch you play, I'm going to get there at half time. Oh, baby, don't. Why is that? I can't say.
Yeah.
I know I'm being a bit facetious here.
Yeah.
I just feel that the NRL has said no stand down, and now this has come out.
Yep.
It doesn't seem as bad as it was suggested on Monday when it all broke.
That all being said, that all being said, I'm torn with what I do here, Brian. So you've only got one more game for the year. You can't make the 8. Is it worth poking the bear? Like, is it just easier not to play?
No way. Have you seen who they're playing?
I know.
Added to no, Joel. The NRL said no. Wayne said, no, I'm not standing him down. We just throw the fuel into the fire.
Okay, what do you think,
makes
Brooks?
It all best.
Oh, I'm standing by him, and I'm playing him in round 27. South, what the NRL have said and what Souths have said.
Can I put my hand up here and ask a question? I'm a bit lost with all this. You might have more information. Why has Victor Radley's name been brought into this? Do we know why? Brooks?
Okay,
well, it's been reported. Like, this is part of the article that Chammas has written.
Let's hear from Lee Hadjipantelis, who has... Okay, let me go through this. Smith, who was in Sydney on June 7, he was contacted by the Rabbitohs when the incident occurred, allegedly trying to buy or help facilitate the purchase of drugs for former teammate Radley, who was away with fellow Roosters on the Sunshine Coast during a bye round. Gotcha. Allegedly, we say.
Right.
Lee Hadjipantelis had this to say. He had this to say about this particular situation. Was this with Vossi and Brandy, was it?
Yes, it was.
It was. So Lee Hadjipantelis had this to say about said events. Here's what he had to say.
Well, Andrew, fortunately, I don't think it is a regular occurrence, and for good reason. But let's start at the beginning. Now, Brandon Smith, of course, has been issued with a court attendance notice or a summons, and attached to that document would have been the fact sheet, the police fact sheet. Now, the police fact sheet can name certain people. It sets out in detail the allegations and the facts that will be alleged in order to support the offence and the charges that have been laid. Now, the fact sheet would typically include details of the incident, including the names of the people involved. But there are jurisdictional laws which may or may not come into play so as to limit the naming of a person. For example, in a sexual assault case or a domestic violence case, jurisdictional laws may provide that the victim should not be named. Now, a witness, for example, may be named if their testimony is relevant to the investigation or the prosecution. A person of interest who is not formally charged but relevant to the investigation may also be named. However, in this case, it was unnecessary, and I'm assuming what we're being told is correct, that Victor's name has been raised in the police fact sheet. It is not strictly necessary to do so in order to establish the identity of the person being supplied allegedly to prove the offence of supply. And unfortunately, I'm drawn to the inevitable conclusion that the naming of Victor Radley was just done to garner further interest, given that he is a high-profile NRL player. It was unnecessary. It shouldn't have been done. There was no need to do it. It's not necessary to establish the charges against Brandon Smith, and it's regrettable in my view.
There you go, folks. One of the sharpest in the business, Lee Hadjipantelis.
So it's not illegal what the police have done. They just wanted to do it to... Is that bruising?
It's legal bruising.
Are they... Well, the police are legally bruising. Because it says here, which this is what I don't get. Queensland Police alleged Smith unlawfully supplied a dangerous drug to Roosters player Victor Radley. There is no suggestion of wrongdoing on Radley's behalf. So you're saying one thing, and then they're saying no, there's nothing. Like, why even bring him up?
You know what, Brian? This is not. We're not legals. It is legal bruising. We'll see how that plays out. The Roosters have had their say. Okay. The Sydney Roosters are aware of speculation in the press that references a report we've not yet seen involving, among others, a Roosters player. With allegations due to be heard in court next month, the club will make no further comment until the conclusion of that aspect of the legal process. Sydney Roosters have procedures in place to deal with the sort of allegations made in today's written media and on TV. We will address the matter once the facts have been established via the judicial system. When in possession of the facts, the Sydney Roosters will take any necessary action, including any action available to us to defend our proud name. It is what our fans, staff, players and sponsors demand of us. The club has been in contact with the NRL Integrity Unit.